1, 2, 3, 4. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
Ready for school?
5 more minutes, Mom. Oh, I'm sorry.
How often did we say
that's a
or hear
conditioned
that?
response now. It's
Just 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
School is coming up with Uncle Bill here on Mike and John Got It Going On.
Brought to you by Firehouse Doors.
And speaking of Firehouse Doors, we have that $100 Visa card we're giving away in last night's trivia if we have the correct answer.
Right. Which I think we do, but we'll run through the answers coming up.
Yes, we will.
Yes.
Uncle Bill, as we said, joining us for School of Fools. We'll have 2 Cent History coming up. And local news brought to you by our friends at Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton.
All right, here's what's going on. A crash involving 4 vehicles, one of them a semi-tractor trailer, closed a portion of US 23 near Brighton Monday night. The crash occurred just after 9:30 p.m. on southbound US 23, south of Lee Road. It closed the southbound lanes until about 3:15 Tuesday morning. Pictures from the scene show the semi on its side and on fire. Firefighters on the scene working to douse the flames. There were reportedly 2 fatalities involved with the accident, although that has yet to be confirmed. You can stay tuned to MikeandJohnPodcast.com or our Facebook page for updates once we get more information. Over 200 people attended the Township Planning Commission meeting Monday night to discuss a proposed zoning ordinance amendment that would allow for the expansion of solar power in Conway Township. Of the 40 speakers, just 5 showed support for the proposal. The few who spoke in support of solar energy initiatives were booed, heckled, and interrupted by members of the audience. In contrast, members of the audience started yelling in outrage when the commission told one speaker from the coalition against solar energy that her 3 minutes of speaking time had expired. Multiple landowners in Conway Township have been working with Ranger Power towards the installation of solar panels. As a result, the Conway Township Planning Commission has been evaluating its zoning ordinance, and a new amendment's been drafted. Chief concerns that were presented by those opposed were the adverse effects such a project might have on public health, natural resources, and property values. Frequently cited concerns included the beliefs that solar panels could result in fire, flooding, infrastructure damage, toxins in soil or well water, and the potential damage to roads from construction vehicles. Brendan Miller spoke on behalf of the Land of Liberty Coalition, representing the 5 landowners who want to install solar panels on their property, and concluded that to prevent farmers from diversifying their income is to ensure that small farmers will be driven out of business. In the end, the commission postponed action on the zoning amendment until their January meeting. And a Lyon Township-based animal rescue group was able to successfully free a deer whose plight had been chronicled on social media from a bucket strapped to its head. The South Lyon Murphy Lost Animal Recovery Group intervened to assist a deer nicknamed Bucky, who'd been seen for the past several days near a Bloomfield Hills neighborhood with a plastic pumpkin bucket stuck on its face. According to trail cam photos, Bucky got its head stuck in the bucket December 7th while feeding with several other deer. It was then seen on various security cameras from nearby homes with the bucket fully covering its face. On Friday, members of the South Lyon Murphy Lost Animal Recovery Group used a drop net to trap Bucky so they could cut the bucket off, at which point the deer ran back into the woods, free from the bucket. A post on the group's Facebook page noted that without their intervention, Bucky likely would have died. The group thanked the community for their help and then noted they are in need of a variety of supplies to assist in their efforts. The group has a GoFundMe page to receive donations, and you'll find that link at MikeandJohnPodcast.com. And that's what's going on.
Can't even imagine what it'd be like to have your head stuck in a pumpkin bucket, John. Well, you could.
I mean, you could
it's like
imagine.
get your hand stuck in a cookie jar or something like that. It'd be the same
but it's on
thing,
your
or
face,
head.
and
the
poor deer Bucky couldn't eat or drink.
Next
so,
Christmas on the Hallmark Channel, Free Bucky.
Free Bucky.
And it would be about a woman whose deer gets his head caught in a bucket, and a guy from the big city has to come in and help. They fall in love. Bucky's the best man. I'll work on the
I'll
rewrite.
work on that, will
I'll
you?
work on it, but
Yeah.
I think there's a story there that could be made into a romance.
Anything's possible.
All right. News brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers. Don't forget they're celebrating National Ugly Sweater Day, Ugly Christmas Sweater Day this Friday. And between 4 and 6, if you come to Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton with your ugly sweater, you can get your picture taken with Olaf.
Mark Binkley could barely drive a car when his dad bought the best jewelry store in town from Mr. Cooper. He spent a lot of time there after school and weekends, enough to know that he loved the jewelry business. Mark and his family were exiting a Sunday church service when Mark saw something more dazzling than any precious stone: Barb Lockery. Successful and beautiful was a combination too great to resist, and around Valentine's Day, a nervous and pale Mark Binkley asked Barb Lockery to be his bride. They were married in the rustic, cozy church sanctuary where they met, and decided to build Cooper and Binkley Jewelers together. You'll see them there every day, working hard just like you, helping people make special times in their lives even more special, with a gift from Cooper and Binkley. They'd love to hear your stories of romance at Cooper and Binkley Diamond Jewelers in lovely downtown Brighton.
They met at an ugly sweater meeting.
Maybe.
You
Maybe
never
that's
know.
the story.
Yes. Last night in our trivia question last night. Oh, before we get to that, don't forget we've got less than a week.
That's
for you
right.
to qualify for our big giveaway with Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
Right, because we're going to be doing the drawing Monday the 19th. All right, got that finally. There we go.
Yes. Last day to qualify is going to be
Sunday
the 18th
18th.
at 11:45
Something like that. It
p.m.
cuts off late.
We're cutting off.
But you
Your
just go
chance
to
to enter.
Right, go to MikeandJohnPodcast.com. You'll see the Mike and John Gigo Holiday Giveaway banner. You can go there, enter, and multiple ways to enter, by the way. Up to 9 that we know of. And we don't know a lot, but we know that. And you could win the beautiful 14-karat gold pendant with with pearls on it from Cooper and Binkley Jeweler, more than $500 value. And we'll do that drawing again Monday the 19th.
Out of the new brass hopper.
Yeah, just over your shoulder there.
Yeah, that's right.
There. I don't know why I'm leaning.
Yeah, why are you leaning? It's right there.
Right.
All right. So we'll get to that. So make sure you sign up. And while you're on our website, MikeandJohnPodcast.com, sign up to get your daily news updates. Those show up in your email box. They're absolutely free. About 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
Get the latest news stories from Gigo News.
And I've been monitoring, and I got to tell you.
Do tell me, because you gotta.
I'm very impressed by the amount of, the low amount, the almost negligible amount of unsubscribers. You know, sometimes you start getting, you go like, how did this show unsubscribe? Get that out of my... But most people...
So people are subscribing, but they're not...
And they're not unsubscribing. Like, they get it, and you go, oh, this is what it is? And you go, unsubscribe. Very negligible.
Usually just subscribe to something to get the discount. And then when you get the discount, then
Exactly.
you get rid of it. It's
Right,
like, I don't
right.
need this in my email box.
But people...
no, this is local news.
People do appreciate the daily local news update.
Exactly.
All right.
All right. Last night in Monday Night Trivia, for a chance to not only have bragging rights, but win just in time for the holidays.
A $100 Visa gift card, courtesy of Firehouse Doors. And of course, trivia is brought to you by our good friend, real estate agent Tanya Zirkle.
From Sold by Tanya Z.
Her motto is comfort is the key to home, you know.
So the question read like this. 56% of people surveyed, not those that weren't surveyed, just the people that were surveyed, said that they will do this on a date because it makes them feel more comfortable. Didn't have to be a first date. It could be on any date.
Right.
So it could be date night out with your significant other. It could be you're trying to impress. Or it could be a first date.
I think it's mostly first date type stuff, I think. Linda answered, leave your coat on.
I'm ready to go. Just in case you need a quick
cold.
giveaway.
Just-
Jeff said wear tennis shoes.
Doug said pre-drink.
I'm having a pre-date beverage.
Hey, baby.
Well, that could make you feel more
Well,
comfortable.
a little liquid
Yeah.
courage.
Yeah. Sure.
Or
I
just
can understand
show
that.
you're an alcoholic. I don't know, whatever.
she shows up with booze breath.
It's right.
It could be a couple signs with that.
Catherine says drive themselves. So I'll meet you there. As opposed to the old, I'll pick you up. And
Sure. That kind of takes, I think.
you have an escape.
Yeah.
But I think most mostly
dates you expect
start
that
with the.
I'll pick you up.
No, I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if it's if it's literally a first date, like
you're
I don't
talking
really
first
know
date.
this person.
Let's say you're on date number 6.
Right.
You've shown some interest in this person. You could still do this too. Like I said, maybe it's just a thing that people normally do. Play with their straw wrapper, said Melinda. Makes them feel more comfortable. Sometimes that's like something to do with your hands.
Right. Meanwhile, your date's going.
Why am I playing with a straw?
What is up with this straw wrapper thing? What the hell?
Yeah.
Be on their phone, according to Sheena.
Ashley said, scout the place out that they're going to beforehand.
Right.
So you kind of get the lay of the land.
where's the
and
exits?
that could be, the exit strategy. You could check out the menus so you're not,
Judy says, have a friend call with the excuse to bail.
Yeah.
The old,
Gotta go, girl.
Yeah. You just say, no matter what, call me at 7:30, and you can either go, oh, it's just a, and if it's going well, you just go, oh, it's just a telemarketer. But if it's like not going to, oh my God, what, Grandma? I have to go. That was me reading it.
Happened to before. Pay for their own meal, said Anne. Sit facing the door, making them feel more comfortable.
Right.
Now remember, it's just a
like there's
comfort
going to be
thing.
a mob hit. I got to face the door.
On the flip side of things, somebody said not drink alcohol.
Right.
Because maybe you just get a little too chatty.
Stay on your toes.
Yeah, that's right. Be alert.
Yeah. Our good friend George says, go to a restaurant, bar, coffee shop where you are known.
That's not a bad idea,
Yeah.
especially if it's early in a relationship or a first
Right.
date.
People are there, familiar. You walk in and they all go, Norm.
Mark said pass
My
gas.
name's John, but thanks
No.
for calling me Norm.
Mark said pass gas, and there could be some good to that. Is you feel more comfortable because if you're trying to hold that in, that could be. Well, that's when you blame it on the waiter.
Right.
Boy, that waiter,
We're in the Arby's
had to
drive-thru.
block-
What are you talking about?
Jackie said chew gum. Carla said tell jokes.
Right.
That make you feel more, loosen up the mood.
Jordan says, Google the name of the date. A good little Oppo research, all right, let's check them out and see if they're on any registries, if they're on any, let's see, criminal record, what's going on here.
Use a different name, said Great Scott. Little cosplay.
I guess I could go either way.
Oh, that could be.
Sure.
I feel more comfortable if you call me Bill.
Right. Ross says, belch loudly to assert dominance. I believe he was being a little sarcastic.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's see. Any other interesting guesses? There was quite a few.
Lots of along
Somebody
the
really
lines.
wanted to win this gift card. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Chew gum. Text an update to a friend.
We had a couple that one was arrive early, one was arrive late. So if you feel more comfortable arriving early, so that way you do have kind of the lay of the land, or you arrive late just to keep the date on their toes.
Right. Brandon says bring a condom.
Brandon likes to plan ahead.
Well, he feels more comfortable
yes.
that way.
Just in case.
Now, if he's playing around with it at the table, like the straw wrapper, I don't know that that's really.
if he has it sitting on the table.
He just
I
sits
gotta-
down and just puts it on the table. Thing. Hey, so anyway,
So here's my cell phone and my condom. Guess what I'm expecting?
hey, where are you going?
So a lot of the guesses I think
Yeah.
were within mind was like that it's a first date. It
Right.
did not
It
have to
did
be a first date.
necessarily have to be that, but the answer, we did get a correct answer.
Gosh, we got to give away the card.
Yeah, we do.
It's kind of counting.
Tina said, wear black.
Feel more comfortable wearing
Right.
black.
I don't know.
It's slimming.
I suppose, right. If
It is
it's
a little slimming.
yeah.
It shows, it can't.
Or you,
It's not fluorescent pink or something where you're like, whoa.
Right.
It's
Or-
conservative yet sharp at times.
it also allows you to, if
Wear a
the
little
date
black
doesn't go
dress.
away, you can be like, you say, oh, I'm actually in mourning. I have to get to a funeral. So I got to go.
Just make sure you used your Head and Shoulders so you're not
Well, that's true.
the whole time. Or if you have a cat, there's cat hair all over your black. It's going to show.
So,
But wear black
yeah,
was
yeah.
the answer, and was it Tina?
Yeah,
Got
Tina
it right?
got it correct. Congratulations to Tina. You win the $100 gift card courtesy of Firehouse Doors. And we will message Tina and make
Are you
arrangements
sure
for
that
that.
wasn't a $50 gift card? I'm just kidding. It's a $100 gift card. So congratulations.
Well, it says $100. When you go to use it, they'll be like, ma'am, there's only $5 on this thing.
we're not sure how that happened.
How'd that happen? It's outrageous, I say.
Sure is.
Yeah.
These credit card companies.
That's just amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so thanks to Firehouse Doors for putting up the $100 Visa gift card, and to Tanya Z, real estate agent Tanya Zirkle, sold by Tanya Z. She sponsors our trivia Monday through Friday here on Mike and John Got It Going On. Comfort the key to home, her motto, and you can find her online at soldbytanyaz.com.
Coming up tonight, we'll have TNT, or Tuesday Night Trivia, in which the winner with the correct answer will win John's car.
Have you seen my car? You can.
The winner will not win John's car. We will have another question coming up for you tonight on Tuesday Night Trivia. So, 2 cent history lesson coming up in a bit. Uncle Bill joining us for School of Fools. I believe you won last week. Is that correct?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did. I just say that.
Some are saying that you and Uncle Bill in cahoots.
Some are saying this
that.
is this is the resort to.
I've had to delete.
This
the
is what
comments.
I'm saying.
I've had to delete the comments
Yeah.
because I didn't want you getting upset.
Right.
People were saying, Uncle
Right.
Bill
I appreciate
favors-
that. Oh yeah.
favors John
Oh,
all the
that's
time.
nice,
Kind of
yeah.
belittles Mike. That's
Okay.
what some are saying.
And again, it's
And
the classic. Some are saying.
sources close.
Translation. I am saying.
Sources closest.
What
Are
I'm saying
saying
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So.
All right, so we'll get to that in just a little bit. Our 2 cent history coming up too. And did you hear about the pair of pants that sold for $114,000? It was an old pair of pants.
That's a lot of.
They believed to be one of the oldest pair of jeans.
Those are old pants.
Yeah, a pair of work pants believed to be the oldest known pair of jeans in the world, sold at auction this past weekend for $114,000.
Now, how old are they?
They were found in a sunken trunk from 1857, a shipwreck off the coast of North Carolina.
Wow.
Now, they believe that this was like one of the first pair of Levi's, but Levi Strauss and Company says that's not true. Some of the pants historians.
How do you get that gig?
What do you do for a living? I'm a pants historian.
I'm a historian. Oh, really? What era? A history of pants.
Suggests that there are links to Levi Strauss, as he was a wealthy wholesaler of dry goods back at the time. But these pants could have been an early version. That's what pants historians are saying.
Is that what they're saying?
Those at the
Are they
Levi
saying it
Strauss
too?
Company
Some are
say
saying
the in-house,
Yeah,
closer
yeah.
to the pants,
right.
are saying that is not true.
I
The
see.
pants are not Levi's,
No.
nor do they believe that they were miners' work pants. So they were just a pair of old pants that sold for $114,000.
Wow.
They probably had original tears in the knees, shreds here and there. Does not say if there were those rivets on them, but $114,000 for a pair of pants.
What do you do with them now? I mean, you
Hang
can't wear them.
Check out those pair of pants.
You know, I
Hang
mean,
them
you're
out.
gonna
They hang
now
on the
you've
wall.
got to frame your pants
Right.
and hang them on the wall and be like, yeah. And they go, oh, what are those pants? Oh, wow, that's interesting, I guess. I paid $114,000 for that. Okay.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
But then again,
Well, you're a pants
I like.
historian.
Well, yeah, if you're a
If you
pantyologist, that could be a whole different
a
thing.
pantyologist is I think
a
something different. Yeah,
pantologist. A pantyologist. Now that's an underwear
Is that what you
historian.
tell the detectives as they are taking you away from the crime scene? I'm a pantyologist, officer.
It was just a panty raid back in college. That's all.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, they did it on Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes, I know.
I'm getting tired of Betty. All right. You want to do our 2 cent history lesson since we're talking about old stuff?
I suppose we should, but before we do that, I think we do have to remind folks that coming up January 1st
Yes.
It's a brand new year. I don't have to remind them of that. I think
No,
they
in case
mostly
you didn't
knew
know that,
In case
John's
they
a
mostly knew
historian.
that.
He's a calendarologist.
I'm a calendarologist.
And he knows when the calendar turns to January 1st,
Right. It's
it
a
will
new
be
year.
a new year.
But more importantly, it'll be 25 years
Yes.
that Firehouse Doors has been serving Livingston County residents. That's right, it'll be their 25th year, their silver anniversary, if you will.
Wow.
Family owned. They strive to treat each customer like family. Veteran owned. Mike Witt, a proud U.S. Air Force veteran. They're your one stop shop for residential, commercial, and rolling steel overhead door needs. And in fact, when anyone has a garage door emergency, and that's usually what they are, it's the spring breaks or the motor doesn't work or whatever.
His phone goes off and it's like,
But people
Garage
you
door
will
emergency.
see on Facebook or wherever people are like, oh, hey, any recommendations? And almost like an avalanche. People will be like, Firehouse Doors, Firehouse Doors, Firehouse Doors. They have an excellent reputation in the community. They are the ones to go to, of course, and they're your only authorized distributor for CHI overhead doors.
And in 2023, they'll have a collector's edition of the newest garage door.
Yes, they
in
will.
honor of their 25th anniversary.
They'll be the
But it
one
would be
that they-
really neat, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You
And
could be the first
here's the
one
thing. Do you
that's installed.
Do you care? No. You just want a garage door that works.
That's right.
And they're the ones to call. Firehouse Doors. Give them a call today, 810-599-7480.
Suppose you want me to do the 2-cent history lesson.
I don't know. Do you want to do it?
Well, let me see the time, because Uncle Bill's expecting our call.
Yeah.
We want to call him late or early?
Probably. Why don't we call him now?
You want to call him
Yeah,
now?
yeah, I
Okay, we'll just do a quick rundown on things that are going on today.
Okay.
It's National Day of the Horse.
Mm.
This is where we appreciate the things that horses do
Right.
for our living and our being.
Favorite horse?
Mr. Ed.
Well, yeah. I mean, that would be the horse that comes to mind,
Well,
obviously.
there's Silver.
I
the
was
Lone Ranger.
Now,
horse.
do
Flicka.
mules count? Because I'm thinking of Max, the mule, from Bachelor Party.
So I don't know that you should say that, because
Okay.
Max was a sexual mule.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and
who
that's
did cocaine and then died. But nonetheless,
God rest Max. May he rest in peace.
who had some quality movies when we were growing up, I'll tell you.
Yeah, last week. It's National Violin Day. Violin, also known as a fiddle.
Favorite violin?
Well, I think we all know it was the one that Jack Benny played down in his cheese vault when he was
Right.
counting out his cheese.
But that wasn't Jack. Well, it was the voice of Jack Benny in the cartoon version.
Down in his cheese vault.
Was he called Jack Benny though? Or did he have
Mr.
a-
Benny.
Did he have a? Okay, I
Oh,
didn't know if
Mr.
he had
Benny,
like a-
yeah.
I didn't know if they did like a Flintstones thing where
No,
they
no.
mouseified his name or whatever.
No, it's Mr. Benny.
Okay.
That was Rochester's
Right.
assistant.
Right.
It's also U.S. National Guard's birthday today, the birthday of the U.S. National Guard. All right. Before we ramble on into other things, let's get Uncle Bill on the horn and do this week's edition of School of Fools with Uncle Bill. Plaid jacket, patches on the elbows. I've got to find Uncle Bill's number. I'm not stalling or anything. Here we go.
That's okay. I was just letting Tina know she won.
Is Tina happy?
Well, I
Haven't
just,
heard
I
back.
just sent her a message.
Who's your favorite Tina?
Tina.
Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Bill.
Well, hello.
We know we're just a couple minutes early for class, but we wanted to make sure we had our trapper keepers ready, erasers in hand, and ready to go.
Well, not a problem.
All right.
I have my lesson plan all
Oh.
worked out.
Excellent.
Do you have one of those blackboard pointers? Wood
Actually,
stick with
I
a little
have
tip
one
on
that
the
looks
end?
like looks like a lightsaber
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
that I've had for a long time, actually.
Now you're not talking like a laser pointer.
No,
Oh,
this is
lightsaber.
actually made of very cheap plastic.
All right. Yeah, that's how we are. Cheap plastic.
And I'm all about the cheap plastic.
In the right place.
Plastics. All right. What's our topic today?
Our topic today is the Nutcracker.
The Nutcracker.
Well, because it's
Right.
Christmas
holiday
season.
time.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And it's a topic that we have not yet discussed. So
That's true.
it'll center everything around from the music to the actual story that inspired the Nutcracker.
All right.
The Nutcracker and the Mouse King. So, you guys ready for some exciting action?
Are we ready?
You ready for some Nutcracker action? Sure.
Well, gee, when you put it that way,
Sign
Yes.
me up.
Nurse Ballbricker's here. All right. What's our first question?
Our first question, true or false, Tchaikovsky conducted the inaugural concert at Carnegie Hall. Is that true or false?
Is that true, John, or false? What do you think? You won last week.
thinking.
Well, it's A or B.
Yeah. I think that's true.
John says that sounds true. Mike?
Can you tell me the year?
Oh, well, wait a minute.
No. I cannot.
Thank you.
I'll say that's.
I mean, I could, but
yeah.
I'm not going to.
Well, it probably wouldn't help me anyway. I'm going to say false.
Alrighty. It is true. Yes. He conducted the inaugural concert at Carnegie Hall.
That's right. Tell Tchaikovsky the news.
There you go. Tell him.
That's right.
Tell him. And he was the first one to ask, hey, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? And so I was like, hey, practice, practice, practice.
Hey-o!
Like,
Okay.
He's the originator of that joke, I guess.
Wow, waka waka.
And it's not getting any funnier through the years.
All right. Now, E.T.A. Hoffman is the author of The Nutcracker and the Mouse King, which is the short story that the opera ballet, The Nutcracker Suite, is based upon.
Right.
E.T.A.'s name was Ernst Theodor Amadeus Hoffman.
Yes.
What was E.T.A.'s original third name? Instead of Amadeus, what was his original third name? Was it Frederick, Wilhelm, Augustus, or Hans?
Well, you want me to go first?
Well, you're winning, and you won last week.
I'm going to say it's Hans.
Hans.
I was going to say Hans, too.
Well, I asked you.
But I can't.
Yeah.
What were the other ones?
Frederick, Wilhelm, and Augustus.
Oh, it's Wilhelm, though.
Oh, okay.
If it's not Hans, it's Wilhelm.
Sure.
All right.
Because ETW
Mike,
would.
you are correct.
See?
Oh, wow.
He
But
thought
he was
ETA would
such a
sound
big
better.
fan of Amadeus Mozart
Yeah.
that he decided to change his third name from Wilhelm to Amadeus.
Right.
So,
Rock me
how about
Amadeus.
that?
All right.
All right.
Now
you
we're
guys are
tied.
So now you got to tell me, what was ETA's primary occupation? Because he wasn't just an author. But what did he really do for a job? Was he an accountant, a lawyer, a tailor, or a cobbler?
Do you want to go first? We're tied, you know.
We are tied.
Yeah.
All right. I happen to know he was a cobbler.
All right. Mike says, cobble me some shoes.
Yeah.
That's right.
So he fixed his shoes.
I think you're close.
You think he was
John?
a tailor,
He
don't
was
you?
John?
a tailor. I think he was a tailor.
Yeah, all right, you guys. So you guys went with tailor or cobbler?
Right.
Lawyer. Actually, he was a lawyer. That was his.
Must not have been very good if he had
Yeah.
the right place.
Or he's billing people at $3.50 an hour while he's writing a bunch of plays.
Well, back then, being a musician, author, artist was not really held in high regard.
As it is, as opposed to today.
Today, oh yeah.
Yes. Well, like Tchaikovsky actually was a civil servant in Russia because, again, conducting or
Right.
composing music was not considered. And to be quite honest, Tchaikovsky was not renowned until much later in his life. His plays and operas were not as well received as they are today.
Yeah.
So,
Because they
All right.
complained about him at the office. He's waving his stick around all the time. People, you do this, you do that, and he's just waving it around. What do they call that thing?
He's working on the 1812 overture, and he's just causing too many problems.
Troublemaker in the office. HR saw him a lot.
Do we have to have the cannon player every hour? Like, all right.
This guy's a spaz.
That's just to wake him up.
All right, have you seen the weapons he's bringing in? All right, now, here we go. In the dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies,
Yes.
what new musical instrument did Tchaikovsky use? Was it a glockenspiel, a typophone, a celesta, or a dulcitone.
Oh.
So what new musical instrument did he use in the dance of the sugar?
See, if you would have said oboe, I just, for whatever reason, I was going to go with
oboe.
oboe, but that's not one of the choices. So.
No, so you can say it if you want.
Oboe was not a choice.
Yeah, right.
Because oboe was not information I looked up.
Got it. Got
I
it.
verified this on 3 different sites.
Wow.
So
Okay.
you think the name of the instrument is difficult? Come up with 3 names of instruments that are instruments but are not the right instrument.
Right.
That's the
That's
real
true.
key to that.
This is one that he introduced, or was
Yes.
first introduced
yeah.
during the dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Yes. It's
All
a
right.
new musical instrument.
All right.
So
Now we've completely forgotten our 4
Yes,
choices.
and it's not the oboe. We know that.
glockenspiel,
Yeah.
typophone, celesta, or a dulcitone.
All right. Do you want to go first? Or you want
No,
me to
you go
first?
first
Okay.
this time.
I just got to say glockenspiel.
Glockenspiel.
All right. Yeah, I was like, don't say
What was the name of that thing? It sounded like a fun name.
Oh, is that a glockenspiel I hear?
John is all over the glockenspiel.
Oh, hell yeah, I am. Try and stop me.
He thinks it's a substitute for guacamole.
There is no substitute.
No, no, there
No,
isn't.
that's true.
All right, there's just no substitute. The phone thing.
The typophone.
The typophone.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. It is a celesta.
Celesta.
Which sounds like a drug for erectile dysfunction.
It is a
May cause diarrhea.
type of piano
Ah.
that uses like metal plates, and so it gives a very distinct like ping type sound that you need for the dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies.
Wow.
So, all right, according to my records, you guys are tied.
Yeah.
Wow. Going to the tiebreaker on
We
the
got a
Nutcracker.
tiebreaker. Seems like every week it comes down to a tiebreaker.
You're really
So,
doing your homework on this stuff.
It takes a while. So here we go. In what year did the Nutcracker premiere? And you have anywhere from 1885 to 1905.
Wow, you have the honor, sure.
Okay. I'm going to say 1896.
All right, 1896.
Correct.
All right, Mike.
It was from 1895, you said?
1885.
1885? Well, it was 1887.
1905.
It was in 1887.
All right, so you're going to say 1887.
Yes.
All right. Actually, John, you won.
What was the year?
It was 1892.
Oh.
So John was 4 away. Mike was 5
Yeah.
away.
Oh, wow.
I
That's
was
pretty-
going to say
John
88, too.
closer.
I was shooting 88, and I go, no, I think it was 87. You know, it was a good
Well,
year
then
for
it
hair
would have caused
band.
you to have another
A
tiebreaker, which
double
I was
tie.
not prepared for.
No. So this all worked out.
You're welcome, Uncle Bill.
I would have had you create a question on the spot.
On the fly. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. What is it? What's my favorite color? All
Why
right.
do I keep losing these bets? All right.
All right. Nice nut cracking job, Uncle
Yes,
Bill.
our nuts have been cracked.
Yes.
Not a problem. And John, congratulations.
Thank you.
You are the Nutcracker King.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Every time I sit down in shorts.
So I will talk to you guys next Tuesday.
Sounds good, buddy. Have a great week.
Yep, take
All
care,
right,
guys.
Uncle Bill. Yeah, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Another win and the tiebreaker, man.
You know, we should also congratulate the
Yes.
Fowlerville bowling team.
The FBT?
Got an email there from one of the members of the team that said they open up their match play season Monday against Lansing Unified. Great start for all 3 teams. Girls won 29-1. Emma Wilbur rolled the high game at 204. The JV boys team took a win 28-2 with Hayden Dexter rolling the high game 152. And the varsity boys also took a win 16-14 with Brentwood rolling the high game of 180.
Brentwood sounds like a bowler name, doesn't it?
It kind of does.
Approaching alley 6. It's Brentwood. He's wearing that wrist guard. Are those legal in bowling?
I don't know anymore.
You know,
I
I
mean,
mean, and, you know, when you watch Bowling for Dollars,
Right.
the big guys, they had those wrist protector things.
We're very old. Mentioned bowling for dollars. Yeah.
Sure. Well,
their next
congratulations.
home meet will be January 9th against Charlotte at the Howell Bowladrome.
Roll on.
Yeah. Just wanted to
Oh,
pass
that's
that on.
cool.
So very cool.
Did you ever bowl? Were you a bowler?
On a team, no.
See, I was.
Oh no, that's not true. I was not like on a school team. I was in a league at one point, but
I was like 8.
okay.
I was in a league. No, really, I was. It was, something for my mom to get me out of the house, and I was probably the low man on the team. If I bowled an 80, I was doing good.
Right.
But
Yeah. Try and break 100.
those were good.
Try to
good
get
times
triple
when you
digits.
break 100.
We had a coworker who, if you remember when Wii bowling was a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wii
and
It's a
and
little
he talked
easier.
about how he was like, I'm really good at Wii bowling, but then we went bowling with the family and I didn't do as good. Yeah.
Ball's a little
Yeah,
heavier.
it's a little different.
See, the thing about when you went bowling is most of us didn't have our own bag with the ball and shoes. So you had all the rental, and then you got to go down the alley and you got to find a ball that somewhat fits your finger pattern.
That doesn't look gross.
It's not all chipped up.
Or is it pink? And you're like, because I'm not rolling the pink one.
There's nothing wrong
yeah.
with rolling the pink balls a little lighter. You get some speed out of that thing.
Well, maybe.
But when you got like the thumb that has chips on it,
Right.
and
No, you
you're,
don't
you're
want
wrecking your thumb as you're trying to bowl.
Right.
That was my excuse for not breaking 100. I couldn't find the right ball, or the finger holes were too tight. Kind of get stuck as you're going to roll.
Right. And you throw it and it goes whoop, bam, and it hits the lanes, and then the guy at the counter's like, hey, lane 4!
Yeah.
Calm down.
So, but back when I was little, I don't think they had bumper bowling, because I know when my kids were, they
Yeah.
put up the bumpers.
I don't think they. No,
That's
I don't
kinda
remember. It was
cheap
like you
bowling.
just hey gutter ball.
Yeah.
Now it's like we don't want to
Yeah.
hurt anyone's
We
feelings.
don't want anybody being called gutter ball. Oh,
But,
gutter ball Bob's up. Oh no.
But I kind of liked it.
It was like pool. You just find your spot to hit the bumper. So if you put the right spin on it and hit the bumper,
Maybe they need to have bumper bowling leagues.
they may.
You know?
Bumper bowling leagues for adults.
Exactly. Oh hell yeah.
Open bar. You're good to go.
Yeah. They're,
All right. It's time for our 2-cent history lesson. Today is the 13th of December. Our 2-cent history lesson brought to you by Drew Goebel and Oakland Insurance.
That's right. Give Drew a call 248-647-2500.
It was on this day in 1759 the first music store in America opened. It was in Philadelphia.
Wow.
First music store, not record store.
I would-
Music store.
They
It was like
had glockenspiels and whatever.
spoons. Play the spoons.
A comb and a piece of paper.
Tambourine. 1903, and this could be disputed. Ice cream cones were invented by Italo Marcion in New York. Some people thought it was a World's Fair in Iowa or something like that.
It was in St. Louis.
St.
That's
Louis.
the other story, that the guy ran out of dishes to scoop ice cream, and so
Poor planning.
he took the guy that had funnel cakes or whatever next door, and he folded them up
Made
and
the waffle cones.
stuck it in there. Yeah.
As the great ice cream cone debate continued in 1903. 1903, the Wright brothers made their first flight at Kitty Hawk,
Well,
North Carolina. Wonder if they had luggage.
I don't think so. That thing barely got off the ground as it was.
I know,
you
but it was like, hey, throw a suitcase in the back, make it look good. Just saying. 1950, James Dean began his career with an appearance in a commercial. Know what the product was?
Brill cream.
Little dabble do you? No, it was Pepsi.
Really?
Yep, Pepsi commercial. 1966, the Jimi Hendrix Experience recorded Foxy Lady. Foxy. You don't hear that term anymore.
No, it's kind of outdated.
I think we need to
It's like
resurrect Foxy.
Foxy was kind of a 60s thing. Mama was a 70s thing.
Oh,
Hey,
and
Mama.
Then you got Foxy Mama.
Yeah. Well,
She's a Foxy Mama.
that was in the interim between those two, sort of combined them. And then
That was a mashing of Foxy and Mama.
And then when did Babe? Babe came around 80s, late 70s maybe? Late 70s.
Some people still say
Went
Babe.
from Foxy to Mama to Babe.
And then Bay.
Well, it's different. Yeah. And there was Hottie.
Hottie was so 90s.
That's 90s all the way, yeah.
She's a hottie.
Oh, you're a
No,
hottie.
I'd go back to Foxy then.
I would go back to Fox.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we're not dating.
Back to Foxy.
Hey, Fox. Hey, just stay over there.
Hey, hottie Foxy mama.
Hey, Foxy, Mama. Let me get my El Camino and drive out of here.
2000, Republican George W. Bush claimed the U.S. presidency 36 days after the election. Democrat Al Gore conceded defeat. That was the whole hanging Chad thing, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And
Not many people were.
we resolved these
Hanging Chad
issues,
after
and
that.
we've had no disputes ever
Yes,
since.
elections were
Yeah.
clean right after that.
Absolutely.
There were no Chads.
Yeah.
No hanging Chads.
Well, they got rid of the hanging chads, but
There's a
then,
little hanging Chad. See it?
Yeah.
That little thing there, just hanging.
right.
Yeah. Punch cards.
I kind of want to go back to the bunch
The hanging Chad. 2003, ousted Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein was captured by U.S. forces while hiding in a hole under a farmhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your leader? He's in a hole under the
Down the
farmhouse. And finally, 2012, a collection of love letters written by Mick Jagger to Marcia Hunt, who was an American singer, sold at auction for approximately $237,000.
Wow.
The letters were penned in the summer of 1969, when Mick got his first real six-string at the Five and Dime. No, he didn't. Rolling Stones frontman was in Australia at the time. The letters were believed to be the inspiration for the band's hit, Brown Sugar. Now you know. I think we learned something pretty darn big today,
Yeah.
don't you?
You
weren't
what
impressed
was
by
in
that?
what's in the letters? That's what we need to know. What
Well,
was he saying
it-
to? What was her name?
it-
Marcia Hunt.
Marcia Hunt,
Okay.
yes. So, if you had $237,000, you'd know what's in
Yeah.
those letters.
What did her brother Mike say?
You think you're funny, don't you?
I do.
You
I
think
do,
you're
actually.
funny.
I think I am. Yeah.
I haven't seen him.
Oh, okay.
So I
You're-
don't
You're
know.
not gonna
No.
put the. Is anyone? Okay.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
Look
very
up
much.
the lyrics to
okay.
Brown Sugar, and
Well,
we will know.
Well, I know the lyrics to Brown Sugar. I'm not
Do you
saying
know
the
them
lyrics
all?
to Brown Sugar aren't going to tell you what was in the letter.
But see, the letters were penned in 69,
yeah.
the summer of 69.
Okay. Well,
While Mick was in Australia,
all right.
probably sitting in his hotel.
Inspiration.
They're believed to be the inspiration for Brown Sugar.
Okay.
How come you taste so good?
Now here's what it says. It says he was in Australia filming the movie Ned Kelly.
Yeah, which nobody liked.
Marcia Hunt was his girlfriend and the mother of his first child, Karis, and he wrote the song with her in mind.
See, it's an inspiration. Now you know.
Whether you wanted to or not.
Well, that was kind of anticlimactic. You
Yeah.
kind of wanted to hear something sassy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's like, you know, but it probably was like, "Dear Marcia, it's a
Here
little
I
hot.
sit.
It's a little hot today."
I'm down
I
under.
don't know what accent I'm using, but
I don't.
but you know, it's probably boring. That's the thing. You expect it to be, wow, it's Mick Jagger. It's gonna be so sexy and you know, romantic and hot. And it's probably just, you know, please send my underwear.
How you doing?
Yeah,
That's your 2-cent history lesson brought to you by Oakland Insurance.
no refunds. Drew Goebel at Oakland Insurance and Michigan-based Frankenmuth Insurance. He believes the best relationships are honest, upfront, and fair, like that Mick Jagger had with Marcia Hunt.
Yep. Up front and fair.
And if you want to get frank about insurance, now we're bringing in some guy named Frank. Call Drew Goebel at Oakland Insurance, 248-647-2500. Yeah.
You know, I said we were going to give away John's car
Oh, yeah.
in trivia tonight. We're not.
No.
Because John's got to take his car and make sure it's ready for winter to Murphy's Family Auto, and
I
you
will.
should too.
I'll get the whole shebang when I go.
That's right. Tell him we sent you.
I'll say I sent me.
And you'll get 5% off, just
I
like everybody
sent
else.
me. Okay.
I was sent by me.
I sent me. All right, sure, whatever.
Okay, Frico. Well, it looks like we need some brakes worked on here. Maybe your electronics.
Yeah. Transmission.
Yeah. Maybe you want to make sure that heat's going to be ready for this upcoming
That's true.
winter. Call Murphy's Family Auto today, 517-552-3040. They're open on Saturdays from 8 to 1.
That's right. And again, if you say I sent me,
Or Mike and John
or
sent
Mike
me.
and John sent you.
If you're not us,
Right.
then you'll get the 5%.
I mean, you wouldn't say Mike and John sent you.
Right.
You would actually say Mike and John sent me. But don't say Mike and John sent John.
No.
You want to say Mike and John sent.
Mike and John told me to come in.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. And then you get the 5% discount.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you do it.
All right, so we have these really cool night lights from McNight Lights with our logo and even our pictures on them.
Right, right.
And matter of fact, we got an email from somebody that did get their McNight Lights night lights.
And they had.
They had like a lighthouse on theirs, but they
Right.
said, that
They're very
if
complimentary.
a family member that you would like to have encased in high quality resin and lit up at night to make sure you get through your hallways safe and sound. McNight Lights, place to go. Upload a photo of your loved ones, favorite pets, cherished memories, and McNight Lights can turn it into a beautiful nightlight using high quality and liquid resin in their 3D printer.
Yeah. Not that's cheap plastic filament.
Heck no. This
Anyone
stuff
can
is
use.
pretty thick.
Anyone can use that.
This stuff is pretty thick.
You want the good stuff. They got the good stuff.
It's not flimsy.
No, not at all.
If you buy one, $20, 15 each. If you buy more than one, free shipping on orders of 4 or more. Find out more at McNightlights.com. Hey, we're doing a show here.
I was looking
No
for that.
time to be
I was looking
surfing
for
the
that
net.
comment. I was looking
Well,
for
it
that.
was. I think it was in our email.
No, I looked there. It wasn't there.
It wasn't
I
in
think
the email?
I think she posted it somewhere, but I can't.
It was after yesterday's show.
But she posted it on an older show. I remember that.
Oh,
That was-
was it on
that
an
was the
older
thing that caught my attention. Yeah, I was like,
Oh.
oh, well, that was an older show.
Gotcha.
Nonetheless,
All right. That's going to do it for us today.
Thank
We'll be
God.
back tomorrow with Haywood Banks. He's got a new Christmas CD out.
I know that guy.
Haywood Banks.
Yeah.
Will be joining us tomorrow to talk about his new Christmas CD. Also, your 2-cent history lesson. Of course, tonight we'll have another trivia question coming up for you, and we'll be back on Wednesday for Mike and John. Got it going on.
Mike and John got it going on.
You've been giggling with Mike and John. Tune in next time and giggle on.
All right.
All right, we're in post show. Before we get to page 5 of Ishkadoodle, they every year they put out the list of the most Googled terms,
Yeah.
and I believe gaslighting or something was the most Googled term of 2022.
Really? That's interesting.
Something like that.
Okay.
But that doesn't matter. We're
No.
looking for making the most Googled term of 2023. And from what we learned earlier in the show, that's when the new year starts.
Yeah, I heard that.
2023, January
Yeah,
1st.
yeah, that's a new year.
Start Googling Giggo or Giggoing.
Oh.
We need to make this trend happen.
Make it happen, people.
I've been giggoing.
Yeah.
So look up Giggoing.
That's a new verb.
Or Giggo and see what happens. But don't start until January 1st.
Well, yeah, don't wait, because that's when the new year.
Yeah,
that's the new
that's
year.
when the new year
Yeah, the new year
starts.
starts on January 1st.
I mean, like
I mean, you know.
12:01,
Right.
January 1st.
I mean,
Go for it.
Right.
Get it. Your friends that are there, you're tipping champagne, doing the kiss. Boom, that's done.
What a romantic.
Kiss is over. Yeah.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
you go to bed, Google Giggoing and see what happens.
Google Giggo.
Goody Google.
I got a Google Giggo. I got a Google
Hold
Giggo.
on, everybody.
All right.
It's time to Google
Enough champagne
Giggle.
for you. I think you've had enough champagne, fella. I got a Google Giggo. What?
Cut them off. All right, it's time for
Yes.
page
Oh,
5.
people have been waiting. All right.
Ishkadoodle.
Where we last left off. Ishkadoodle was trying to get selected to go into outer space.
That's right. Pick
They
me.
wouldn't. They didn't pick him, so he saw the truck
Oh, that's
that was
right.
going to go
He was
to
gonna
Mission
hijack
Control.
the truck, but that's not what happened.
No, he did not.
Sure, it crossed his mind for a second.
But well, what can I tell you?
All right, what happened?
With Vroomy at his side. Vroomy, don't forget, is his friend, the vacuum cleaner. Ishkadoodle snuck over to the... Because everyone's got a good vacuum cleaner that's their friend. Ishkadoodle snuck over to the truck. Inside, he found a large box and carefully climbed in. He pulled the lid shut and sat in silence, waiting for what seemed like forever. Finally, he heard the roar of the engine. Roar of the engine.
Rum-a-zum-zum.
The truck was moving, and he and Ruby were bouncing around in the box.
Which one's Ishkadoodle and which one's Roomy?
You can't tell?
No.
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all, Ishkadoodle thought.
Crap.
That's what Ruby thought. When the truck stopped, he considered hopping out. Before he could, though, he felt the box being lifted. Where were they going?
Tune in to tomorrow's post show
God,
for
yeah.
page 6 and the answer to whose eyes were on top and whose were on the bottom in today's picture.
Oh, that's it. Bated breath.